How are you this evening? So, we are all Democrats. We are all complaining and upset about having Trump in office. Well, if you didn't vote, you can't complain. All we can do right now is pray. That's all I'm saying. Hey, the Drip Squad, how are you doing? Hey, Eric, how are you tonight, brother? Yeah, so we've been hearing about the new Trump administration. Let me just call him Trump. Um, a lot of us didn't get out there and vote. And if we didn't vote, then we can't complain. All we can do right now is just pray. You said, good, you got 192? What do you mean by that? I'm glad you're doing good, Eric. That is so good. And, oh, you're talking about you got 192 subscribers? Is that what you're saying? That's good. That is so good. Yes, I've been listening to the news um, about our new administration, and I'm not really too happy. You said you did it? I am so happy for you. How did you do that? Did you have like a really good video that took off? Or they've just been subscribing? How did that happen? Oh, okay. I got to see that video. My day has been great. It's Friday. I don't have to go to work tomorrow. That's always a good feeling, you know? So I'm happy to be at home. It's been cold. How has your day been? Really? Okay. What is your content mostly about? Are you dancing? Are you comedy? I can't. Are you gaming? What are you doing? Games, yes. Those games, I'm telling you, there's a big gaming, like industry out there. There are a lot of people that are gamers, and they really get into it. They really do. Hi, real odds and evens. My night is going good. Thank you. Thanks for the compliment on my glasses. Yeah, I'm just so happy that it's Friday. You know, you said you want to do what is that? What's a smelt? You said you want to do a smelt big one day. What is that? What do you mean by that? Thank you guys for joining the live today. I appreciate it. I'm just trying to get myself out there, from time to time. 'Cause when I was on TikTok, I didn't really like to do too many lives. It just wasn't fun for me. But I like YouTube. Anybody going out this weekend? Any fun things that you might be getting into? Oh, I'm munching on grapes. Am I being rude? Grapes. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate you. Thank you. So, you know what? I was wondering why. Yes, because I see sometimes your comments, and I'm like, sometimes it's in a blue background, and then sometimes in a red background. And I was like, okay, thank you. I appreciate you. Thanks. I meant to bring my other phone in here too, so that I can easily get people off. If if I get anybody that's on here trying to troll, you know how people like to do. Hi, Kenzie. How are you doing? How are you this evening? Are you getting into anything special this weekend? I'm not. I'm not. I'm doing good. I'm probably just gonna do some exercising and some cleaning up. That's about all I'm gonna do. I spent the other day with my granddaughter. We had so much fun. We went. I took her to Cava, and it was her birthday. And then she went to was Ulta, yeah, Ulta, yes. Cleaning up to music, yes, I love to clean the music. But then I stopped and I started dancing. I'll start cleaning, and then I gotta start dancing, and then I get distracted. Then I check my phone. So, but it's best for me when I get up like at 5 in the morning and start cleaning up. What are my feeling songs? So my feeling songs are I like old school, um, 90s R&B. Thank you guys thank you. Thanks, Eric. Thanks for the love. Thank you guys for liking the live. I appreciate you guys so much. So I like to clean up to even to jazz, because sometimes jazz you don't have to keep changing the station. Like when you're listening to music, and then a song comes on that you don't like, then you have to stop and go change the song or speed it up so you can get another song in. So sometimes jazz for me with no words is a lot better. Thank you. Thanks. Appreciate it. Thank you, Real Odds and Evens. I appreciate you. So that's what I'll be doing this weekend, and maybe get a little shopping in, something like that. Since I don't have my grandkids this weekend, I'm free. Thank you, Kenzie. Hey, Sergi, how are you doing? You doing good? What you know good? Are you doing anything this weekend? Are you going out? Doing any house cleaning? What are you doing? Yeah, I'm just gonna just clean up around the house and relax. That's all I'm gonna do. Exercise a little bit. Oh, Real Odds and Even, you said you like 90s music always. Even some of the 80s stuff. Like Earth, Wind. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Earth, Wind, and Fire. Yes. Who's that? Thanos. Hi, how are you doing? Oh, Allie. That's right. Hi, how are you doing, Allie? Hey, Safarali. Is it so Safarali? I think that's your name. Hi, how are you doing? I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Thank you, Kenzie. That's pretty good for somebody that's like a senior citizen, right? So thank you. I appreciate it. Because I went to the museum the other day, and they said that if you were 55 and older, you got a discount. I almost wanted to say I'm not 55 and older, but I got the discount. So, yep, it's reality. Guess I just have to deal with it, right? It's a blessing to get older. I am 56. Yep, 56. Yes, can you guys show some love? Thank you. Okay, Eric, I'm gonna have to make you my mod, Eric. Let me make you my mod. Can you do that for me, please? Thank you. I added you as a moderator. Thank you so much. Unofficial, but you're official. Thank you. Hi, Canela. How are you doing? You're from Mexico? Wow, Mexico's in the house. Thank you, Jason. Thanks. I try. Hey, TWC Myers, how are you doing? Happy Friday. Thank you guys for liking the live. When you come in here, you like the live. I appreciate it. Thank you. You've been good. No, no. You see, that's why I got these glasses on. You know, when you get older, you lose a little bit, right? So I've been wearing glasses since I was 47. Nope, I'm not. I just have a sense of humor sometimes. And so sometimes people might mistake it for being a little bit younger. And I try to keep myself up. That's what I do. Hey, you're back, Kizzy. Where'd you go? The hot tub is good. It's good. I might have to do that tomorrow too. I don't know. I'll see. Yep, just trying to enjoy my weekend. I got 4 more months, guys. 4 more months, and then I get to retire. Yes. What? You said we could. I'm not getting in the hot tub tonight. I'm not doing it. What kind do I do? I work in education. That's all I'm going to say. Yep. Because I can't really talk about my job, but if you guys remember that and you're still with me 4 months from now, and I'm still with you guys 4 months from now, then I'll tell you all about it. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Real Odds and Even. I appreciate it. No. TWC. I'm not doing the hot tub. I'm not doing it tonight. I'm not. I will probably get in it this weekend. Yes. Yep. It's better, like I said, when it's cold. When you get in there when it's cold, let me tell you, you don't want to get out, and then you have like a 10-second window and you gotta run out. Yep. So yeah. Hashtag free Wendy Williams. Free Wendy Williams. Hashtag free Wendy Williams. What am I going to do when I retire, Corn? Okay. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I don't understand. Okay. So I am going to plant a garden. I'm going to try to do watermelon this time because I've heard that you got to use a lot of water for watermelon when you're planting. And I'm going to try to do other things. Like I have a peach tree and I have herbs, but I'm going to try to do cabbage. I'm going to try to do, well, I don't know about the tomatoes. I thought about the tomatoes, but it's kind of hard. But I'm going to do a lot of gardening. Yes, I already do. Thank you guys for coming to the live. I appreciate it. And then I couldn't understand your writing on there. It says, thank you for, Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. And if you do subscribe to me, can you let me know in the comments so that I can do the same, please? Thank you. Yep, in the house. 90262, Trina. Yeah, because when they were gonna ban TikTok this week, I was like, okay. But then when they brought it back and it was like, you know how when they brought it back, they were like on the TikTok feed, it said, we're going off temporarily, but thanks to Trump, we're gonna be back soon. And I felt like that was so like mm, kind of like inappropriate, you know? I mean, it didn't sound professional, like to say, we're sorry that TikTok talk is um, not online, but we are going to be back thanks to Trump. And I felt like that was kind of disrespecting the old administration, if you guys understand what I'm saying. Because if they said that that was going to be a law, then I feel like the proper wording that they should have said was due to the law or something like that that has been passed by the United States, blah, 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 whatever the verbiage. Um, we are not online at this time. But to just, that narrative that they put out there, yes, he's not God, you guys. He's not God, okay? I know some people like to see him as that, but he's not God. Yeah, but what kind of narrative is behind that? You bring it back like in one hand you give one thing, but then you take it back in another hand. So what are we doing? Because what I've been hearing, and I'm not trying to be argumentative or debating or any of that stuff, but what I've been hearing is that there are a lot of people, millionaires that want their hand in a pot. So yeah, we'll bring it back. Yes, we'll bring it back. But I want a piece of the pie. I want a piece of the pie. And then it's no longer going to be fun anymore because now, oh, they're also like planning on putting tariffs, higher tariffs, tax tariffs on things that you get from China. So now it's probably, you're not going to get those good deals anymore, you know? I'm just not really happy about it. I feel like this whole agenda was planned. I don't believe it. I don't believe it because anybody, and I don't believe it because I feel like anybody that's openly, like offending people of color, offending, you know, um, women, offending just I mean the whole like insurrection thing, that whole thing. And then all those people were partying. I don't really, I'm not buying anything that he's selling. I'm just not buying it. I'm not buying it. Yes, everybody wants to buy TikTok. They want to buy TikTok, but what are you gonna do with it? I mean, it's like our cars that we get. We buy cars from here, and there's only a few that are made that are really, you know, worth keeping. But then we can't help it. China makes the better cars. I'm sorry to say, but that's just what it is. It is what it is. If you want them to last longer. Now, there are some American made cars that last a lot longer, but which ones are they? Are they the trucks? Mm-hmm. Yes. I don't I don't really know much about Mr. Beast. I don't know much. Who when you say Mr. Beast, who are you referring to? We're just not gonna say the person's name anymore. We'll just let it go. Yes. We just have to start praying, really. That's the best thing we can do is just start praying. That's what I've been saying. We just have to pray, right? Oh, the YouTuber. I'm gonna have to look him up. Yeah, I'm gonna really have to look him up because I don't know who he is. I'm not sure who he is. Okay, does Zombie apologize? Would have started if TikTok. The zombie apocalypse would have started if TikTok was. Yeah, but I already went through my withdrawals from TikTok because I don't know if I had told you guys I was on TikTok for 2 years, and then somebody sabotaged my account, so I lost it, and I kind of went through some withdrawals, but I'm over it now. That's how I came to YouTube. Oh, he's crazy. You said don't look him up. Don't look him up. Okay. No, I just think it's like we have these double standards, What's good for one person in one hand is not good for another person. So you just have to stick to just trying to make our country safe, and stop offending all these people. You want to send people away or you want to take things from people, but then when you take those things from people, who are you going to get to do the stuff that you don't want to do, the work that you don't want to do? Who are you going to get to do that? You know? So I'm not a politician, but I'm just saying, you're talking about how you want to just go and do the immigration reform, do all that. Okay. Yeah, you do it. Okay. You say that you want more jobs for people that live here, but what people are you talking about? Because are you talking about, I don't think you're talking about that. But if you send all the people back, who's going to do the work? Who are you going to, and are you going to pay more money for them to do the work? Just saying, just something to think about, you know? The antis is what some of them are. Are you talking about are you talking about the Antichrist, or when you say the antis, what are you talking about? The antis. They're antis. Is that what you're saying? Okay. Yes. Yeah, I'm just getting to the point where I don't even want to look like at the news anymore. Like I used to. I like to look on my Google and see what's the latest, but I just don't even want to really look. You know, just tell me about the weather. Because, I mean, everywhere, I mean, our taxes are going up. Um, the mortgage rates are going up. What else? Insurance went up. I mean, insurance like went up like almost like 200%. I don't know if any of you guys are feeling that, but yeah. So everything is just going up. Food is going up. And we say we're trying to like help The middle class, but what about the poor? We need help too. Yes. I agree with you, real odds and even. You said it's probably meant to drive some folks crazy at specific times. Yes. That's true. I keep getting away from that. That's true, Corin. You do have to have faith, and you just have to know that there is a higher source. You can't put your faith in man, right? That is true. Yep. Yep. That's what I keep saying. I just have to just pray about it. Just let it go. Pray about it. That's why I want to hurry up and retire. You know, with God's blessing and my health. Because I keep getting people asking me, well, what are you going to do when you retire? Are you going to go, do you want to go be a greeter at Walmart? Like, no, I don't. If I say I want to retire, I don't want to work. And the people, you said that people be putting faith into fallen ones in the flesh. And yes, that's true. That is so true. You cannot. Yep. You got to put your faith in God. You just got to know that he knows and sees all things for our good and his glory. Amen. Because we have kids, we have the new generation that we want them to have a successful life too, right? And so we just have to keep praying. Yes. Thank you, Oz and Even. I appreciate it. So, are any of you guys getting into anything this weekend special? It just seems like it's so boring since it's so cold out there, right? So you got to find things to do. You're going to chill, TWC, you're going to chill. That's good. Yeah, that is so good. So I think that when I do finally get to retire, I'm going to try to travel more. I'm going to try to go to like place like tropical destinations. Okay, so you said it's Friday and a lot of people are not on streams. That's true. Um, the gardening sounds good. That's what your family does back south, and what my mom does here. Really? Well, California is the best place to have the gardening because you guys have the best weather for it. That that's where I'm from. So, and real odds and even you say you'll probably just clean and hope. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get some exercise in. I'm gonna get on my treadmill in the morning. It's just I like it better walking. Like for me, I like walking around the neighborhood. But you're right. You're right, TWC. Yes, maybe they're sleeping. But yeah, I like to walk around the neighborhood. Oh, you noticed the zip code? Yes. Yes. That's why I put it there. Yep. That's where I'm from. It's my heart. California is always going to be my heart. Because people always ask, I bet you're glad you're not in California. It's so expensive. And I'm like, no, I wish I was still in California. I know it's expensive, but California has like all four seasons, right, Corn? Like we got California has the desert, We have the snow with the mountains. We have the beaches, right? And there's so much to do out there. There is so, oh, we got the traffic, right? Okay, I will tell her that. Kenzie, thank you so much. She'll be so happy. I know she is going to be so happy. Yeah. Yeah, that's my little heart. That's my baby there. Yeah, Corn, we have, yeah, all four. She turned 11. Does she look 11? She's growing because she's almost as big as I am at 11. Like she's getting there. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, so I'm just gonna start saving all of my clothes for her because I have so many clothes, you guys. I have so many clothes because when I was on TikTok too, I was buying stuff all the time. I was always buying things. And so I'm not going to need it. I'm not going to need it anymore once I retire. But Kenzie, I thought you Kenzie, this is not for kids. So I put on my restrictions that there were no kids on this feed. I thought you were older than that. So I'm sorry, Kenzie. I'm sorry. You gotta be an adult. I'm so sorry. Joshua, what did you say? Stop spending money. Hmm. Are you in my bank account, sir? No. So you don't know what I got. Yep. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you. Anyway, so I am doing that. Do you know what's going on with me? Are you in my bank account? Do you know? Do you know anything about me? I don't think you know anything about me. So if you knew something about me, you would probably be telling me that you were really proud of me. So let's not go there. So let me tell you guys. So that's true. When once upon a time, you know, like Wendy Williams said, there was a girl named Katrina. And Katrina had goals. She made goals for herself. So Katrina had goals that by the age of 30, she wanted to have real estate. So Katrina bought her first piece of property when she was 30. Then Katrina bought her second piece of property when she was 32. Katrina is now 56. Katrina also put forth money to pay those mortgages off sooner than later so that Katrina would be able to retire when Katrina wanted to and have an extra investment. That's what Katrina did. Karina, her sister. No, Katrina. Katrina is me. I am Katrina. So that's what I did. And I think it's important that we start. I was talking to, yes, I think it's important that we start investing and saving for our future earlier in life than later. Because, like I said, I have a lot of friends that ask me, well, what are you going to do when you retire? You know, they're trying to put me to work. Like they're saying, well, you should just get you another job that doesn't have anything to do with education. Maybe, I know, since you like to dress, maybe you can go work at a department store. No, I don't want to do any of that. Um, no, Sarah Folly. I have a husband, but no, I don't have a boyfriend. No. Thank you very much. So anyways, but that's what Katrina started doing a long time ago, you know. And that's what I encourage people to do. Start investing in your future. I mean, even if you just set goals like 10 years apart, you can set you some goals so that life won't pass you by so quickly. And then next thing you know, you don't know what you're going to do, how you're going to make it, because Social Security is not always going to be there for everybody. And, you know, yes, yes, exactly. You are so right about that. So, but I mean, during the like in 2007, 2008, that's when a lot of people were losing their homes. And I had people telling me, like, different companies saying that we can help you do a buyout if you just, and I'm like, they say you can get a government buyout, you can pay less on your mortgage. And so I was asking them, okay, well, how do I do this? Well, first you gotta just let your mortgages go. I'm like, let my mortgages go. Yeah, you have to let your mortgages go. You got to let them go, and you got to get behind on your notes. And then they will give you um, some money to help, so that you can lower your payments. And also, they'll give you some money, and they'll do a loan moderation. Well, for me, that wasn't good enough because that meant that I was going to have to let my credit go. And I worked too hard to get my credit right, you know, because once upon a time, I didn't have good credit. I didn't. I was in my young, roaring 20s, and my credit, I kind of let my credit go. So I had to build my credit back up. I had to start being responsible. I had to start paying my bills, and I had to set goals. And that's what I started doing. Yes. So, yep, that's what you got to do. You just got to, the point, yes, that is the point. Just save your money because you never know. Like, you might be looking at somebody, you don't know what they have going on. You don't know. There's sometimes people, they have this false, I guess they look like they may not have any money, or they look like they're not taking care of business, but it doesn't mean that they're not taking care of business. Right? Right. So, are you doing that, Joshua? Have you set any goals for yourself? And are you a young person? Are you an older person? What are you doing, like, to prepare for your future? Because if we're lucky and if we're blessed, we're all going to get older. And we want to be ready when we get older, right? Because oh, you're 44. Okay. 44. Okay, that's a young age. Okay, so you're a Navy veteran. So you have some a little bit of money, a retirement. That's good. That's a start. And then you start putting your money in the bank, and also making sure that even if you have an insurance policy, make sure that you have the money in the bank, because it's nothing like losing a loved one and not having any money in the bank. You know, it's nothing like that. So, yes. Yes, that's the way you do it. That's good. And keep your credit good and pay off all your credit cards. Yes. Oh, and you're 38. Okay, you're young too. Yes. A miser grows rich by seeming poor, and extravagant man grows poor by seem. You are so right. You are so right. That is so right, Corn. Those are wise words. Yes. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to pay off all my credit card, and I wanted to make sure I was ready. So I set forth goals for myself, and I knew that I wanted to. Actually, I wanted to retire by the time I was 55. So I'm missing it by a year, but it's okay. I'm not going to beat myself up about it. So, and I want to be able to go to my grandkids' functions, like their basketball games, and my granddaughter, she likes to play volleyball, and I just want to be a part of that, you know. So that's why I decided to set some goals for myself, some realistic goals. And I just have to pray all the time. Because it's like having real estate, that's hard work. Because you never know what kind of tenant you're gonna get in there. Because I know for a couple of years, maybe about thank you, Sarah Felly, I appreciate it. But for a few years, I had some rotten tenants in there. I mean, they were tearing up everything. They were just, and it was like, for me, it was seeming like they were like money pits because every time I turned around, they were just jacking it up, just tearing it up. Like, and then you know what? One day I said, you know what? Forget this. Forget this. Um, Thank you. And very outspoken. Oh, am I? Thank you. I'm trying. 'Cause I wasn't always outspoken. But anyways, back to my tenants. Like, so I just decided that job wasn't for me to manage the properties because a lot of times people look at me and even the tenants, they'll look at me and they think I'm a lot younger. So they think that I'm dumb and naive and like I might not know. And so they try to pull these little tricks on you. And I finally just said, you know what? I'm just going to get a property manager. I'm going to leave that to the professionals. Somebody that's going to protect my interests and that's going to protect their interests, because sometimes we let our heart get in the way and we listen to their excuses. And so I just got me a property manager. And so my property manager, and then I had to learn to let go because even though I had the property manager, I would want to go myself and kind of like check and make sure that they were keeping the landscaping right because I didn't feel I was trying to manage the property manager, and you shouldn't do that. And so then the property manager would say, if you go over to the house, do not let the tenants know that you are the owner. The reason being is because we need to keep the property manager and tenant, client relationship good. We don't need a middleman. We don't want to be the middleman, and this is what you're paying us for. And so it was just something about not wanting to do that. Like I wanted to tell them, look, this is my house here. If you mess this is my house. But the property manager said not to do it. So I had to learn how to just let go. Yes, you said don't sell to the young people. That may, I know, because one time this is what we did. We had a couple in there, and they came with this sob story about, they just needed a chance. And so I was a lot younger then. I think I was in my 30s at the time. And so I gave them a chance, and they got in there and they started tearing up stuff. Like, I went there one day to collect the rent, and like my plantation blinds were all broken up, and I can like see through the window. And I was like, what the, you know? So, oh God, I was mad. And so, I told him, I said, hey, you got to get this fixed. You got to fix it. So then the next time I went over there, the next month, I guess they had been fighting or whatever. A young couple. He's working and she's barely working. Okay. I go over there and I smell gasoline. When I got up to the door, not gasoline, but gas. When I got up to the front of the door, I could smell this strong gas. Like if I would have struck a match, I would have blew up. So I could smell this gas right at the door. And yes. So I called the fire department and I asked them, I told them, I said, I need you guys to get out here. So they came out and this was the crazy thing. They were looking everywhere for the gas because they could smell the leak. So they went up to the attic and because the gas furnace was up in the attic, they couldn't see it. They went to the hi Stephen. Hi. How are you doing? Okay. All right. I know you. How are you doing? Good. Good. Okay. Okay, Stephen. Doobie Snacks. Yes, I remember you. I know you. So anyway, they were looking around everywhere and they couldn't find it. And it was me. I had to tell them and I said, "Well, why don't we just can we check the stove?" So they had the stove burners turned on but no fire. It had the whole house lit up. So all somebody had to do was strike a match. And that was because the girl was fighting with her boyfriend and she knew that he smoked cigarettes. So she was trying to blow him up in my house. So when the guy came home, I was like, "Hey, you got to go. You got to get out of here." He was like, I said, "Look, you have to go." I said, "You almost got the house blown up. You got to go, sir. You got to go. You got to get your stuff. You got to move out." I mean, my blinds were all ripped to pieces and broken up and the walls were they had only been in there like 2 months, a little over 2 months. I was like, "You got to go." So, after that, I learned a valuable lesson. I learned that you can't just take people's word that, oh, because, you can give them like the form to take to their jobs to do a proof of employment, but people have all kind of scams. Yes, I mean, look, you gotta be on your game. So you need to like get the professionals, like the property manager that we have. He does an extensive credit background check. He checks everything. One time we had a lady come up there and she had got the driver's license of somebody's she got a driver's license of someone that had really good credit. She put her face on the driver's license. How she did it made it seem like it was real. And my property manager was like, something don't seem right about this. And he kept telling her, he said, "Okay." So once he found out that she was lying and she made all that stuff up, because she would have got in there and then we wouldn't have been able to get her out. And it was just around like COVID time too. So he told her to meet him at the property and he called the police and she got arrested. It turned out she had like 10 IDs with fake names on it. She was trying to get into my house. Those are the kind of people that will get in your house and then you won't be able to get them out. Yes, you said inform people you can't rent with no credit. Some people think that if they have money, they won't. No, because even if they have money, it doesn't matter. If they have money, do they have money to pay for the whole house? Do they have money to pay for any damages like the whole if they don't, just because they have money to pay the rent doesn't mean, are they going to take care of the house? I have so many stories I could share with you guys. I mean, I've just had a litany of bad people um, in the past until I got a property manager. So I might be a little bit better now, and also if you have somebody with you, make sure you guys are on the same page. make sure that you guys are on the same page, because sometimes we try to play one against the other. Yep. Yes. I mean, because you got all kind of, oh, like look, one time I had this couple in, okay, and I'm not saying anything against, I'm not saying anything against Section 8. I'm not saying that. Okay. I'm not saying that. Because I used to have like Section 8 tenants too. So one time I had this company or this couple go in there and they rigged electricity. So what they did was somehow her boyfriend rigged the electricity to get the electricity turned on, and the electric department found out about it. And first they were talking all this stuff about I'm gonna move out. I don't want to renew my lease and all this, because I was on them about stuff that they were not taking care of. So anyways, the electric company comes out there, and the day they were moving, and they were like, we noticed that the electricity is turned on, and that is illegal. That's a $10,000 fine and punishable by imprisonment. And I was like, oh, that was not me. These are the tenants right here. Because the tenants were supposed to be moving out that day, but they couldn't move out. They didn't have any storage. They came up with all kind of excuses. So once the electricity or the electric department came out, they told them that if they don't move out today, because the guy went out there to check the box, and when he went to check the box, it went and it like sparked, and it almost shocked him. He said, if you guys don't move out today, if you don't move out today, I'm gonna call the police on you, and I'm gonna call my supervisor on you. And so they got their stuff and they moved out. And we helped them move the stuff, put the stuff in the truck. We're like, get out. You gotta go. You gotta go. But yeah, so, and then they had all kind of like, it was all kind of like bugs in there. It was just nasty and filthy. I said, no pets. There were signs of pests. And so after that, I just said, you know what? It's worth the money. It's worth the money to pay for a property manager. You got to you have to pay money for, like, sometimes they make you pay like the first rent and also the deposit. That's their fee. And then they'll charge you a monthly service. But it's so worth it. I don't even like renting to family. I really don't. Because family tends to try to play on your sympathy. And then they tend to like sometimes treat the home like it's their home because you're their family. And then they think that you can't put them out because we're family. So had that happen before too. So I don't like to do family and best friends. Don't like to do it. Had a best friend in there one time. I unfriended her because she was in there. And again, I was young, so she's in there. She had her family in there. Um, your mother-in-law rents buildings, and yeah, yes. Yeah. So I had a friend in there, and her family was in there, and I'm trying to rent the house out because she decided she was going to get married. Like, she got married like 2 months. Was it like, no, it was about 2 months after she got in there. So he didn't want to stay in the house. So I'm trying to get tenants, and I have the for rent sign out and everything. And they're like sitting outside smoking on they're smoking on the porch cigarettes, but cigarette butts all over the place. Her mom is like halfway in and out of um she was like kind of like she had dementia, so she would walk around. And then her uncle had just got out of prison. He was living there. He's in a wheelchair. So people were coming up to see the house, and you got the Beverly Hillbillies, for lack of better words, out there sitting in the front yard. And people would come and see all that stuff, and they're like, I don't think I want to rent it. I mean, oh, no problem, Kevin. Anytime. Thank you for coming to my live and thank you for moderating. I appreciate you. But yeah, so they had all those kind of shenanigans all in my front yard. You know, I was just like, oh, yeah, it was me. You thought I was a different person, Kevin? No, it was me. That's why you weren't really saying anything because you didn't. And I kept like responding, and I was engaging, and you were like, "Thank you." It was me. I was trying to show my support. That's what I do. That's what we do. We show our support, right? So that's what I was doing. That was me, Kevin. I was on your live. Yeah, I was showing my support, doing my due diligence. But yeah, so anyways, when people will come over to the house, they see this person in a wheelchair, somebody out there, somebody out there smoking cigarettes and whatnot. And then they hear all this cussing and all that. And this was like a friend of mine, and I didn't know she had that kind I didn't know she had that kind of drama. And then she had a nerve to ask me to be at her wedding. So I was like, I'm true to my word. I'm gonna be in the wedding, even though she had only known the guy for 2 months. I went to the wedding and I got her a gift. That's what I did because that's what real people do, right? And then she moved out and she still didn't pay the full rent. So yes. I am not kidding. Cause I don't do that kind of stuff, but I didn't know that her uncle that had just got out of the pen was coming to live there, and he's in a wheelchair, and he's out there hoorah and cussing out people, and then the mom is out there, and she's just no, we're not. I don't even know what happened to her. I'm sorry to say, I don't know. I think I know that they got divorced, but they're not together anymore. And my daughter was friends with her daughter, so my daughter would kind of like tell me how she was doing, and I would say, I don't really want to know. I really don't want to know. Yeah, he was a wheelchair cusser out there and smoking cigarettes out there in the front yard. So people would come up to rent the house, and they would say, "Is this is the house that's for rent?" Yeah, it's for rent. Yeah, yeah, cause we moving. Yeah, because we moving out in another month. You can go on in there, go on in there. They would just be standing out there. So when I came after they moved out, there was so many cigarette butts. Oh, I was more mad about the cigarette butts. And then they had dogs, so they left all the dog crap, all that shh, all in the backyard. Guess who had to get that up? They didn't even have the decency to get any of that stuff up. And on top of that, me, I gave them furniture because they needed, a couple of pieces of furniture. I gave that to them, a sofa and a dining. I was just too nice. So now, I don't do that no more. I go to the property man. I use the property manager. I let them handle it, and I just feel like people say, "Well, they're good tenants." No, for me, the only thing good about tenants is when they're paying the rent, okay, with no problems, because they're all going to do something. They're all going to do something. So you just have to prepare yourself for it. Yeah, I had to clean up. Yes. Oh, you said had to clean out of the room. These people never let them talk. Yeah. Yeah. Cause in my garage it was smelling like pure urine. Like you just walked into the garage and it hit you like slap you in the face, you know. So and we couldn't get rid of that smell. But then what we did was, because we were using bleach and pine sol and everything, but what helped it was we went and painted the walls. We bleached the floor, um, and painted the walls. Once we painted the walls, it was gone. And we still have a no dog policy, only because people don't really take care of their dogs. And my property manager was like, you're going to have a hard time getting a tenant if you don't allow pets. I said, I understand that. But the people that have rented my house in the past, they've let their dogs tear it up. So I'm sorry. How do I pay him? Okay, so the way I pay him is he takes the rent, he takes his portion out of our rent every month. So what he does is the tenant has to pay a portal, and then he takes his rent out of the money that I get. Like, not his rent, but his fees. So his fees aren't very high. I think he's charging like 150 a month, which is not bad. Arrest stories. Just that one lady that tried to you know, just the one lady that tried to come and rent the house that didn't have proper identification. But yeah, so what he does is he charges you when he first takes or gives you, or I'm sorry, when he first takes on your property, he charges you the deposit that they pay and then also the first month's rent. So you would think that that was good, but the more money your rent is, the more you have to pay, right? So just say hypothetically, just say if your rent is 2,500, he takes the 2,500 plus they have a 2,500 deposit. It's $5,000 that he gets off the top. And then he charges you a managing fee every month. But when I say he's good, he is so good. When I say he is good, he's really good. Like, he has that no hose bar attitude, and he deals with them straight from the hip. He shoots straight from the hip. So, and I trust that he's going to do an extensive background check, and he and also work history check, and he knows how all the tricks in the trade. And also, he's a real estate agent. He's a real estate, so he knows. And he's is he has 100 and something properties of his own, but he's really good. So if you guys are looking to own some property or rent out property, I would say get a property manager. Let them do it. I'm telling you, it's the best thing that you can do for your investment. So yeah, so that's what I did when I was in my 30s. I wanted to get real estate property, and I was just thinking long term for. I was thinking about doing it for my kids. I wanted them to each have property when they got older. But then they did their own thing, and so it was, for me, it was the best thing that I could have done. I mean, it was kind of rough for a long time, like when I was in my 30s, like I was telling you guys, because I didn't really have the know-how. I didn't have the fortitude to carry out what I was supposed to carry out. I didn't know. I just thought, okay, I got real estate property. But I didn't realize, you know, no. No. I'm 56. So I've learned a lot in my years. So experience will teach you a valuable lesson. And now I have younger siblings that they got it. They're doing even better than I'm doing. Like, they know how to get in there and get those properties and do some of the work, and they're doing it. Um, Mine, I just kind of like kept them because I didn't want to mess up my credit. And so when they were saying, urging me, sell, 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 get out while the economy is not doing too great, that was in 2007, 2008, I didn't want to mess up my credit. So I kept them. And now I'm here today, you know? So, nope. Yep. That's what you got to do. You got to think about it and do it while you're young, you know? And we all we all have, I mean, if we're lucky and if we do right and we are responsible, then we'll keep our credit good from, the time you start having credit, like when you're 18. If you start off doing right, then your credit will always be right. But if you, like me, I wasn't really mature and I wasn't doing right. So when I was in my younger 20s, kind of messed up my credit. But then I wanted to buy a house and I knew I had to make a change. So I just set myself up some goals. That's what I did. Selling now is better. Yes, I hear that. Yes. I have a couple of friends that are in real estate, and I think it's more of a buyer's market than it is a seller's market, right? Yeah. So, but yeah, I'll just keep them. I used to think that I would just keep them just so that if there was ever a family member that needed a place to stay, needed a house, I would give it to them. But the economy these days, you can't just give anything, right? Not unless you're rolling in the dough, and I'm not. So, um, so I just have to just be smart and responsible now. Yep. You can rent it, but family members, mm-mm. Only person that I would do this for really is my mom. My mom, like I said, my mom, I just feel like if my mom ever needed a place to stay, she has a home to stay in. That would be the only person that I would make an exception for. But other family members, nope, ain't doing it. Yeah. Okay, you said that you're in your 40s and you never had money to buy multiple properties, but my house doubled in price and you sold it. You you did good. So then when you sold it, you were able to put your money in the bank and then probably use some of that money to buy another house, right? That's not bad either. That's not bad. Good job. Good investment. Oh, it's in a CD. See, I wish, you know what I wish? I wish if I had been thinking when I was younger, I wish I would have bought a piece of property in California. A piece. Because that property there, the property out there, I think I think the value goes up like maybe more than 100%, Like, yes. Because I remember my auntie had a home and she bought the home. It was in the 90s. She bought the home for 160,000, and then in the early 2000s, she sold it. She sold it for more than triple than what she paid for. Talk about money in the bank. You know, that was a great investment. Yes, the West Coast is expensive. It is. But if you have property and you sell it and you move to the South, that's what she did. Um, then when she did that, then she was um, pretty much living like in a mansion. God rest her soul, rest in peace. She's not no longer here with us, but she had a really nice, like 10 acres and a lake. It was really nice. So that's the thing to do. If you want to retire, like you want to sell your property and then move somewhere where it's cheaper, and then you can like retire and live happily ever after. It's not bad. Because I see people do it all the time. They buy homes in California and then they move to Texas and they're living like high on the hog. Like they move to Texas and they pay their houses off, and then they have even nicer properties than they had when they were in California. Or you buy a house from the north and land it in the south, and yes, you buy the house from the north and land it in the south. I guess it's cheap. Yes, the south is much cheaper. It is, because nobody really wants, people want to be where they can have, people that are not from the south and they're from like the west coast or even the east coast, New York and all that. They it's kind of hard for them to just come to the south because there's not a lot to do, you know, not here in the South. Don't say that. Don't say that, doobie snack. Don't say that. Just say that you might be a little financially challenged, but there's hope. You can change that. You said, Corey, you said yes, no family members just because they're related to you. Yes. Doesn't mean they care. Yes. That's right. That is so true. That is so true. Yep. So none. I'm not going to do that. Yep. Only if my mom needed a place. And it would have to be that my mom was okay to take care of herself. That would be the only way that I would do that. The only way. Mm-hmm. So, and that was Doobie Snack. Don't say that. You can always change. You can always change the situation that you're in. You can always do it. Like I think when I was in my 20s, I worked 2 and 3 jobs. I can't do that stuff anymore, but I did. Yeah. And it was because I was trying to get my credit clean and I had a goal. And so, another way that you find out what's on your credit or how to pay it if you don't really know how to do it is if you're trying to buy a house, go to a loan officer. For me, that worked. A loan officer looked up all of my credit history, and told me everything that I needed to clean up on my credit. And so when the loan officer told me that, he said, so I'll give you some time to get that done. And he says, and when you clean it up, what you do is you go in there and you go to the credit companies. And a lot of times they want to make a deal with you. They want to get you to pay a percentage. Do that. Work the deals with them, and then also get it in writing that they're accepting this amount in lieu of cleaning that off of your credit history. And so I did that. Um, have I ever been? I've never been to jail, cuffed. I've never, ever. No, I've never. I couldn't even, you can't even work in the school system if you've been to jail. So no, I've never been. Um, no, never, ever. I don't, uh-uh. I don't think that I would do good locked up. I gotta have running water, gotta have clean mattresses and stuff like that. That's just not me. I just couldn't do it. I just can't do it. I'm just not that tough. I can't do it. So I like to just, if I get even if I get a parking ticket, I'm trying to pay that off like right then, you know. I mean, I just don't, what does it say in the Bible? To obey the laws of the land. So that's what I do. Thank you. Thank you. Just try to keep it legal. That's what I try to do. They say it's easier to tell the truth than it is to tell a lie, right? So Well, I just want to tell you guys thank you. I've been on here for an hour and 14 minutes. You guys have been good. You've been great. I love you guys. Okay, I'm listening. Go ahead. I'm listening. You said you can't remember your eyes. What you mean your eyes? Corn, thank you. Um, I didn't know you were still here, Eric. Thank you. It's it's too cold to see the hot tub. It's too cold. It's too cold. TWC has this infatuation for water in the hot tub. And I keep telling him he needs to go to a hotel and go to a spa and get in a hot tub. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate you. You guys take it all easy. Take it easy. And I love you guys. And thank you for listening to me. Thank you so much. And thank you for liking a live. Thanks. And if any of you guys are doing a live, I'm very supportive. I like to come on there and do my part. He said, wow, okay. So the profile I thought you were is the live right after yours. I see how I got, oh, okay. Oh, thank you. So is there someone with my picture? Like, and I don't know, is there somebody that's doing a live that has my, because I noticed when I went online one time or looking for my name on YouTube, there was a lady that was supposed to do a live with me. I think she has my picture there. And I think that people might be thinking that she, that I am her. I don't know. I think. But here I am. My name's Trina. Trina 90262. Okay. Oh, so we got people out there trying to perpetrate? No, no. Oh, okay. No, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And again, I love you guys. And thanks for being in here with me in my live. I appreciate you guys. You don't know. Kevin will tell you this is not easy to do. It is not easy to do, but it's fun, but it's not easy to do. So thank you. And thank you for keeping the trolls away. I appreciate it. Kevin and Eric, thank you so much. I love you guys. Good night. And I'm going to get off and do something with the rest of my night. I love you. Bye. Bye-bye.